Hello viewers. Today I'm going to deliver a lecture on international market entry strategies. So basically when we have selected a particular foreign market and we wish to enter that foreign market, then there are some set of strategies which we can adopt. So we will be discussing those strategies. So first of all, let us know that we try to enter a foreign market because maybe we have a very steep or very fierce competition in the domestic market. So in order to avoid the domestic competition, we try to enter the foreign market, or else we have already achieved a saturation point in terms of our sales. So therefore, we are targeting a large customer base in a different market. So for that case also, we try to set up our business in a foreign market. So for all those reasons that we have mentioned, or for any other reasons that we want to enter the international market, there are a set of strategies through which we can enter that foreign market. So we will be discussing those strategies. So without making much delay, let us start. So first strategy is exporting. So it could be either direct or indirect exporting. Indirect exporting, a business creates his own facilities to export in a foreign market. Apart from products that he does the exporting directly in a foreign market without the help of a intermediary or the third party. So however, in indirect exporting, we see that a company can adopt indirect exporting by choosing a third party to export their products. Those could be agents or distributors in a foreign market which know the market, local market very clearly, and they have the potential to reach a good customer base. So first market entry strategy in a foreign market is exporting, and which could be direct or indirect exporting. In direct exporting, the business export directly by itself in a foreign market, and in indirect exporting, we or the business use the intermediary like agents and distributors in a foreign market who knows the market very well. The second type of market entry strategies is licensing. In this case, the business transfer rights to sell products or services to a foreign firm or a domestic firm which is in a operating in a foreign market. So for this, the licensor or the business which wants to enter the foreign market receives a loyalty for transferring the rights to sell the products or service to other company in a foreign market. So this is the second market entry strategy in a foreign market. Thirdly, we have joint venture, which is also known as a strategic alliance. Joint venture means two firms agree to work together either in a certain geography or a product. For example, if we consider that if there is an automobile company which is manufacturing products in Pakistan, so in that case, maybe Maruti Udyog join hands to that particular company to start selling a new product in Bangladesh. So that is a part of joint venture. It is an agreement to operate in a particular region or develop a new product to be sold in a foreign market. That is called joint venture. Another market entry strategy is foreign direct investment. So in foreign direct investment, what we do is that we try to invest in a foreign market by directly knowing the resources in which the foreign market is rich at, and it can be done by acquiring a company or venturing into a new one. So FDI means investing directly in a foreign market to obtain a production facility. The fourth type of global market entry strategy is piggybacking. In this case, two complementary firms come together to pack each other. For example, a car company join hands with a uh, tire making company to back each other in a foreign market. So that is called piggybacking. The two companies piggyback each other so that they can market their products in a foreign market. The fifth type is WOS, which is also known as wholly owned subsidiaries. In this type of market entry strategy, a parent company owns all the stock of another company. That could be a subsidiary company. So in this case, all the stocks of a subsidiary company is owned by a parent company. Either 50 to 99% of the stocks are owned by the parent company. So that is called wholly owned subsidiary. Mergers and acquisition. So in merger and acquisition, two companies combine in one form or the other. So in terms of merger, two companies of similar size combine to form one entity. In domestic uh, market, we have the merging of Allahabad Bank and Indian Bank. So similarly, in international market, two companies which are operating in two different markets, they try to merge to form a one company. That is called a merger. So that is how a foreign entry can also be made through merger. Also, acquisition means a larger company acquiring a smaller company which is facing a financial setback. So a large company in a foreign market tries to acquire a particular small company in a different foreign market. That is called acquisition. For example, Amazon acquires Whole Foods. There are also several examples of international acquisition strategies. For example, it could be Amazon, it could be uh, any other firm, bigger firm acquiring a small company. The other one is franchising. In franchising, a franchisor looks for a franchisee to provide their business model so that they can reach different target audience in a foreign market. So in franchising system, it's an agreement to transfer the business model so that there can be more customer base in a foreign market. However, it is different from licensing because in licensing it usually applies to tangible products. However, franchising business model usually applies for service or intangible products. Also, decision making approval is not needed in licensing. However, in franchising, there is a all the decisions are taken by the franchisor. Most of the decisions are taken by the franchisor. Apart from that, licensing is governed by contract law and franchising is governed by company law. Other form of strategies are outsourcing, in which a foreign company outsources business operation in a foreign country. For example, Levi's trying to set up its business in Bangladesh because they think that labor cost is very low there. So in this case, they outsource their one part of operation. Maybe it could be uh, production or manufacturing of apparel in a foreign market and then selling that product in that particular country. So that is called outsourcing. They can outsource a part of their business activity to another company in a foreign market. That is called outsourcing. Also, greenfield investment is there through which a business firm can enter the foreign market. In this case, in this case, it involves investing in buying land and resources to build a facility internationally and hiring a staff to run it. That is called greenfield investment. Other type of market entry strategies is turnkey project, in which a firm agrees to set up an operating plan for a foreign client and hand over the key when the plan is fully running. So these are the types of foreign market entry strategies.